Am I mic'd up? Mic'd up, testing 1, 2, 3.
You're adorable.
I know.
Oh, this is so cute. Welcome to the There She Goes podcast. I'm so excited that I've got with me today.
It's my wife. Fiance.
What if we did...
Oh my God.
You know what? I'm going to talk about Taryn Egerton. This is going to come up. This is going to come up.
Taryn Egerton.
That's something I admire about you, that you are so confident. I distinctly remembered you as my older cousin over here, and I'm younger, and you're 15, right? You're keen to that, famous keen to. You were the cousin that would always go to concerts, and I don't know how. I don't know what kind of fences you were climbing, what security guards you were befriending, but one way or another, you always met
the secret pool.
You know, we snuck into a millionaire
I'm like,
house
let's see, cut.
at night one night.
Guys, you're spoiling.
I know, right?
No, I'm just.
We are on air. Welcome to this episode of the There She Goes podcast. I am so excited for you to meet another one of my amazing cousins, Ashley.
Hi guys, nice to meet you. I am Ashley Spillane.
Well, I'm going to have Ashley introduce herself now. As if she didn't know.
Okay.
Right.
Cheers. Cheers. Hi guys, I'm Ashley Spillane. I'm 36 and I am a community school coordinator here in San Diego. And I just recently got engaged right here.
We love that.
In New Orleans.
Oh, tell us a story about your engagement. We're starting off there.
Okay, long story short, I'm a big horror lover. So I told my fiance I wanted to go to New Orleans because there's ghosts and there's vampires and there's history and there's art and there's music. So she was like, I'm down. Let's go. Never been. So we hopped on a plane. It was kind of last minute thing. And we got there. The next day after we even arrived, I was so adamant about going to this vampire house that's very famous, very haunted, from back then. And we're in front of this house with huge red doors. And I'm taking selfies, She props up her camera on the lamp post in front of the vampire door or the house. And she walks over to me and I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, well, I want to take pictures with you. And I was like, get out of my pictures. I want to take pictures. These are this is my special moment. It's my special moment. So she was like, no, I want to take pictures. So she grabbed something from her purse and I distinctly saw it. And I was like, oh, is that a remote for your phone? Because she propped up her phone. She's like, yeah. So I'm a dumbass. I'm like, oh yeah, that's really smart actually. Because we're going to take selfies here. She won't be able to press, the thing, So she comes next to me, we're taking pictures, and then she turns around and she says all these beautiful things, and right in front of where people were murdered, I'm sure, and very romantic. It was really romantic, and there's nothing else that I could have asked for more. It was great.
I love that so much.
And the homeless people across the street from us were applauding for us, and people were walking through our cameras, and it was great.
Oh,
It was, yeah.
You had a crowd. But
Yeah.
Did you take I saw professional pictures and they were gorgeous, the
Yes.
engagement photos. Was that at New Orleans?
Yeah, she had it already planned already. So,
I love that so much.
yeah, I think it was a day or two later we had the pictures. So, we went out into the district and yeah, it was really nice. They came out better than we would have.
They were amazing.
Yeah.
They were really cool.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And congratulations.
Thank
I'm
you.
really excited for the wedding coming soon.
Couple years from now. Save.
I was going to say, I know you can't see it probably. I was going to be like, Maddie, come here. But you guys got this really, really cute blanket that says, till death do us part.
Yeah.
I'm like, actually, do you want a little cameo moment?
It says Ashley Madison, like the Scandal website.
The Scandal website?
You never heard of Ashley Madison?
No.
It is what is it? What is the website, babe?
It's a cheating website.
This is a very promising romance. Stop. Okay, this is so cute.
Yes.
And you got that in New Orleans?
No.
Oh, I got this a couple years ago on Etsy or something.
Wait.
Yeah.
Stop. That's super cute.
Anniversary.
That's
I love
perfect.
it because it's two skeletons, so you can't tell which gender they are.
Yeah.
But it's both of us.
Oh, wait. That's so sweet. I love that so much. I totally thought you got that for your engagement.
No.
Wow. That
No.
fits perfectly. Okay, clearly
We
this
got
is a
vampire
recurring theme.
blood bags for our engagement. Vampire, but they were alcohol.
There's a theme here. I love this so much. Okay, well, actually, I love this. Besides the horror part that I know, and I love that you love that. It's like it is a big part of actually a lot of the decorations in here. But I know you're also just like me and just like a lot of our family, super artistic, specifically musically gifted, talented, but also passionate about music. So I want to hear a little bit about what shape art and music took in your life from a very young age, and like how that still influences you today.
So I've always loved music growing up. My mom is a singer as well. As you know, like we're all singers. Yeah, she's a singing florist if you want flowers. And I just heard her sing always. And then I loved music growing up. So I went to a performing arts elementary school in Bonita area in San Diego. And I went there till 6th grade. And every year we would perform at Southwestern College. We'd perform like a song and then a dance. And I think from there, I loved being on stage. And up to middle school, I went to Bonita Middle and I did theater and I did talent shows. And then I went to high school and I did more theater. I was in Greece. I was Rizzo in Greece. So that was like one of the best plays I was in, because I was like lead role, and it was awesome. It was awesome. My whole family, even my grandma before she passed, got to go see it. So that was really cool. And then after I went to college for a little bit and I studied theater, I studied music. But I did notice one thing about myself when I did choir is I'm very selfish and I don't like to share my singing. So I don't like singing with people because I'll tend to take all the harmonies. And so I'm like, maybe I'm just a solo artist and that's okay. Like, but I can't harmonize. I'm really bad at it. And I think it's because I want to sing every role. And so even like when I sing at like karaoke and stuff, I'll be like, who wants to sing with me out of my friends or whoever? And I'll be like, I'm going to do one of them, but I can't harmonize. So just bear with me. But, so yeah. And then it kind of led into like, even my work, as I graduated, I didn't graduate college, but as I left, college to go back to work, go to work, I taught kids theater and I taught them like music, and, I taught myself guitar, and I'm not like pro at it, but I learned how to like, play notes. And, back then when I haven't practiced much anymore, but I also was into drums, and I've always loved music. So that's kind of how it bled in. So my mom pretty much is the one that gave me my special like talent. I'm pretty sure she's got some good pipes on her. So
it's interesting that tracks, because your mom is she is my dad's cousin. So literally it's from the same family tree here.
Yeah. That's why we're all talented.
Yeah, like clearly this is a gene. There's a gene here.
Yeah.
I love that. But I never got so much into instruments, and I feel like you've tried a little bit of everything, but especially the theater part has been really big in your life. I think I remember that was the first, like, again, because so we're 6 years apart, and right now that doesn't feel like anything, but when you're growing up, like obviously you had the chance to you're in high school or college, and I get to see you develop your career earlier than I did, right? And I was inspired because I didn't know what I wanted to do besides I wanted to be a singer. And I'm like, okay, if I'm not a singer, what do I do? And I liked seeing your path. That's like, okay, you didn't go straight into like, let me go fully like shoot my shot and try to be a singer. Let me see how I can keep music in my daily living though, and still make it a career. And then you turned that into theater. And I thought that was really cool. But what do you think drew you specifically to like work with kids?
So when I left college, because I did not graduate college, I was there for, I want to say about 2.5 years, and I went to Southwestern. I'm gonna be honest.
Pause. What did you study?
I studied theater. Theater was my major.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was something that
I think my minor was actually music. So,
okay.
I just was never a school person. Okay. Even in high school, I passed, thankfully I graduated and all that. And I was never really good at math or any of the harder subjects. Like I did really good in music, and I did good in, PE and sports, and I did good in even some history, and some English classes, but I was never really good at like algebra and all that crap that
chemistry
is useless for me, at least. So after that, I was like, I know YMCA has really good positions. I'm going to apply for it. I need a job. Wasn't living at home at the time. I did move out when I was 18. So I moved out, lived with a friend of mine who was actually friends. I'm friends with her to this day. So we had rented a studio. It was actually at her grandma's house. We rented a studio. She had one half of the space. I had the other half. And I was like, I need to get a job. I'm going to start paying rent now. This is crazy. Like I'm 18 paying rent. So I applied for YMCA, South Bay YMCA, and I was a youth leader. I was a youth leader fresh out of, you know, like I said, college. And with that came, it was like before and after school, basically. And I worked, 8 hours a day, 4 in the morning, 4 in the afternoon, and making back then like $13 an hour. Like it was nothing. And I was like, hey, what do I want to do with these kids? Like I'm 18. I don't know what I want to do with these kids. Like, so I was like, okay, well, let's do some theater. Let's do a Shrek. So we did Shrek. And
I love that.
I think we did, gosh, I don't even remember. I think we did High School Musical was really popular around that time. So we did High School Musical. We did something. I mean, there was like up to 6th grade. So it wasn't like they were high schoolers, but that was like my first job is being with the YMCA and teaching the kids theater, and they loved it. They loved being in it, and they would show up to practice, and they show up to after school, and they wouldn't miss it because I was a teacher, not like credentialed, but I was there teaching them something that I love. So I was like, hey, if you want to start a theater program, let's do it here. So
I love that.
that's how I started. Yeah. I wasn't like always wanting to work with kids. I didn't know that I was going to even like working with kids. It was just a chance that I took in applying for YMCA.
I love that you said that because there's a lot to talk about for sure career wise, but I'm going to deviate a little. You said that you just took a chance and then that led you to the next step in your life. And that is so like anybody that knows Ashley knows that like you are very confident, and not just confident though, you take chances where other people would definitely, feel like they would let fear take over. And it could be in the like simplest things of just like maybe from a performing aspect all the way to like, yeah, I could do that. Have I ever done it? Maybe like you said, okay, maybe I don't have the degree, or maybe I didn't necessarily know that I want to work with kids, but I'm going to just shoot my shot.
Yeah.
And I always knew you growing up as the kind of person that, I don't know how, I was always jealous. To this day, actually, we just talked about this earlier. I'm like, I don't understand. It's in my bucket list to meet a celebrity one day, okay? Hopefully, you heard it here first. Maybe I'll make a video when I finally meet someone. The point is, like, that was something I remember being, like, in awe of you growing up, because every time it was like, oh, yeah, Ashley went to so-and-so's concert and met them because somehow, I don't know, I'm like, who are you befriending? What fences are you jumping? Like, what are you doing? Because it wasn't like, oh, meet and greets. Like, no, just casually. She's like, yeah, like, I just waited long enough, or I talked to the right people. And, like, more than anything, it was, you're like, I'm not going to just sit on the sidelines. Like,
No.
that right there, like, that's your theme. You do not sit on the sidelines.
No.
You're like, I don't know what path I'm taking, but I'm going to go.
Yeah. I'm
So
very
talk to
much
me about that.
I've always been very confident, and I'm not trying to like toot my own horn or anything, but I've never been shy. And when I want something, like I want to go get it. And that's why I think I love my job right now so much, is because that's what my job is if I need something or if someone needs something, like I'm going to go ask, because there's no harm in asking. A saying that I love, what's the saying that I like?
Closed mouths.
Yeah. So the saying that I love to say is closed mouths don't get fed. And that's like if you don't ask, like you never know what could happen. So I think, again, growing up, or even after having to get a job, early on and leaving college and all that, I've had to like kind of get used to that, as I transitioned into my adulthood. I'm like, okay, like my mom and dad are not going to do it for me. Like they'll be there, of course, if I need help, but like I got to do it myself. I got to go out there and do it myself. I'm going to do it no matter what. Even if I get turned down on an interview on a job or something, I'm going to go to the next job. I didn't always stay with kids. Like I gave up kids for a little bit and I was on the base cooking as a cook at Chipotle on base, cooking for the military. Yeah. So, like I've tried it all. Like I've worked at veterinary hospitals, working with animals, because I love animals too. Like I wasn't, but I always went back to kids because I've always just loved working with people. I have to work with people. I can't work in an office, just sitting down, corporate America, just like, that's just not for me. I know it's for other people, but it's not for me. Like I have to be around people. I have to be moving. I can't just be sitting even at my desk, even now at a school where I'm at, like I can't just be at my desk. Like I love to move around and go talk to people. Talking is like and I talk with my hands because I'm very like animated. So
It's the theater. It's the theater kid.
it's a theater.
Oh, I love this. I actually love that you didn't follow a traditional path, meaning like, okay, gotta go to college. You did go to college, but then you were like, okay, gotta finish the degree, and then I gotta go get a corporate job, and then I gotta work that job until we can retire. Like 40 years later.
Yeah.
So, but how did you? I'm just curious if at any point you felt any sort of way of like maybe doing something different than, I don't know, for your peers, or I don't know if there was any expectations set on you by your family or anything like that that made you feel any sort of way about getting to experiment and being like, no, I don't know what I want to do, but I know I don't like this, or I know I don't want this, or let me try and pivot here.
Yeah.
Like, how was that experience for you?
Well, so I grew up in a Mexican household. My mom is Mexican, and my whole family is Mexican. And I have a brother who um, we are both very loved, but I know that my brother went on a different path than me. He went, finished college. He got a scholarship in baseball. And we're all super proud of him. He's a paralegal now in Boston. He's doing great things. And I think before that, my parents maybe wanted to see me kind of in a similar path. I won't say they were hard on both of us, but I think as a woman, I think they're a little harder on me. I did feel that growing up, unfortunately. And I mean, it's fine. Like, I dealt with it and however I could. And some days were bad, some days were good. That's why I did move out on an early age. And I did go back a couple times, back home, but I mostly stayed out and moved out because I was like, I'm kind of the black sheep. I'm a lesbian, so I'm definitely not like this straight, woman who
Definitely not straight.
fell in love with a man and went to college and then Handmaid's Tales or whatever happened. I don't like, that's just not who I am. And I actually came out on True Life like when I was
She's
21.
a star, you guys.
When I was 21.
To a star.
I'll sign autographs later for everybody. So even that, like, I don't think I would have, and I came out when I was 21. So that would have been 2013. Yeah. It was like 2000, like 13, 14 is when I came out. And back then, like, it wasn't as accepted as it is now. Yeah, it was a little bit better, but coming out was really hard. And I came out as bi because I was super scared. And I think back then I was kind of experimenting still. Like, I didn't know what I wanted or who I was yet. Like, I was just like, hey, I'm bi. Like, this is who I am now. And maybe next step is going to be like, I'm going to come out lesbian. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I did. I ended up like really figuring out who I was. Once I was out because I was not going to be able to come out. It would have been a long time till I came out to my family just because it's a little harder, especially being a Mexican woman. Like, it's harder, So, yeah. So that's
at a time where, like you said, it wasn't as like accepted or as not just accepted, it's just from a generational standpoint too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, Gen Z and then maybe the next generation, Gen Alpha. I think they probably didn't even grow up in a time where in any way this could have been controversial, but you definitely did. And yeah, that must have been really hard. I think I love that you, between like what you just talked about, like exploring your sexuality or exploring your career, exploring literally what you want to do in life, period. Like, you forged your own path. And that's really brave. Like, I'm getting chills. Like, I actually love this so much because it's like, I guess I just never even considered what it might have felt like for you to take that brave step, that you're kind of like forging a path and being one of the first, people to figure this out in the family. Right. So that's huge.
Yeah. I mean, there was a hard exterior for me. Like, it wasn't just like, I'm gay. Okay. Everyone loved me. No, it was like, oh man, like I could lose my family. Like my mom and I, we didn't talk for like a week when they were filming with True Life, like my dad talked to me first and even he was like, I don't understand, like why, it was, my brother actually was the only one that was supportive because he was younger. So he was like, I don't care who you love as long as you're happy. So he was actually the first really supportive person that I told. And he was actually the first one I ever told. And he was younger. So, and of course my friends when they were, again, I was in college time. So, they were really supportive as well, but yeah, it wasn't easy, but now, my family absolutely loves Maddie. So there's nothing more that I can ask for.
I love Maddie too.
Yeah, everyone loves Maddie. So that's all that matters. So
You got your happy ending.
yes. Yes.
Wedding bell is coming soon.
2 years, we have to save money.
Awesome. Literally, I think we've definitely covered the fact that you are forging your own path. You're very confident. You do things like you're not scared to do things differently.
Carpe
You're also
diem.
not scared. Yes, that's where I was going. I'm glad you said that. So literally, I'm like, maybe we need a picture of this. But you've got Carpe Diem literally tattooed on your knees. So
Yeah.
if there's anything I know about you besides everything I just shared, it's you literally approach life Carpe Diem, seizing life. Like you seize every day. Like you you're embodying the there she goes values of like romanticizing your life, main character energy. Don't like you've got one life. Like live it the way you want to live it. So talk to me about what made you want to tattoo that on yourself and why do you resonate with that saying?
I think I've always been like, seize that moment, seize that day, and don't get me wrong. There's a lot of days where I'm like overthinking and I'm have anxiety and, it's not always lived by this, but mostly I'm like, I'm going to seize this moment. I'm going to do this. Even like trying to date Maddie, I'm like, no, I'm going to keep pushing because I want to see her and I want to date her and I really want her, so I'm gonna keep going. And she turned me down at first, and then I was like, fine, and I don't want to be your friend. But then I came back around. And I was like, no, I want to be your friend. I want my life. I want to seize this moment. And then she was like, oh, I love you. So yeah, I think again with my job, with my career now, like seizing every moment I can. Positive, all the positive moments, because there is negative moments in my life. There's not always rainbows and butterflies. Like there is negative moments. Like I struggled even, there's struggles even in my career now, that I was facing for a couple years, but now I'm in a better position than I've ever been, and again, it's like either taking it in and like, are you going to stay in that moment? And are you going to stay in that toxicity? Are you going to stay in that, like, whatever you're in? Or are you going to just move past it and move on and go to the next one? Like, just go to the next one. Like, you're going to seize the next day. So, I mean, and it was a struggle. But I fought through it and I was able to find an amazing new school. And I'm so happy where I'm at now. And amazing people that I work with. And yeah, I had a lot of support as well. So this is kind of, I like to live by it. Carpe diem.
I love that.
Yeah.
I know you did talk about this a little, and I did want to talk about your current position. But before that, you did talk a little bit about, you said that you had this like hard situation maybe at a previous job or role, and it sounds like there was some toxic environment. And I think a big thing for me on this podcast and the show is to talk, like encourage women and anyone that's in any sort of toxic situation, whether it's a work environment, a friendship, a relationship, like a city, an apartment, whatever that is. Like, what are the signs of this is not a good environment for me, and what made you like get out of there? What made you say enough is enough?
I think the main thing was when someone tries to shut your voice up and like not let you talk, not let you bloom, not let you give ideas, not let you be a leader. I think anybody would be like, oh, that's a kind of a bummer. Like, I'm in this leadership position trying to help the community, the school, the parents, the families, the children. And I think for me, I still want to be professional. I'm not going to go off and tell off any boss that I have that doesn't let me talk. But I'm also, for my sanity, I'm like, if you're not going to let me voice what I want to voice, then it's not going to work out. And I don't appreciate being shut up, basically. It's not a way to lead someone. And I don't want to be like under your leadership either.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just, for me, it didn't work out. And not everyone's like that. It was just one time that it happened. And in my life, I've had, scenarios and bosses that try to sweep under the rug and didn't really let you be yourself. And And I'm not going to take that. I took it as long as I could. I took it for 2 years, as long as I could. And there's only so much that someone can take. It doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it could have been a male boss, could have been a female boss. Doesn't matter. Like, if I'm not being heard or appreciated or loved at somewhere where you're working and you're working so hard and they can't see it, then okay, well, then this is not for me. And if there's no other positions available, then I'll go somewhere else. Like, it is what it is. And thankfully, there was other opportunities for me to go to another site, and it's just been amazing. It's been amazing. And I hope that the other school as well has all the opportunities that they couldn't have with me, and they have it with somebody else now, because those are the people who suffer, is the families and the students and the staff, you know. But I learned some things, you know, from this person. I did learn how to be a little bit more organized. You know, I looked at it in some positive way, and I got a lot of help from that from Maddie, and a therapist, by the way, because therapy does wonders. But I was not afraid to go to therapy for something like this. That was a traumatic experience for me, but I did learn some stuff, and I did learn to be more organized and to pay attention to small details. And there was some little bit of positivity that I got from that, but it was very minor. So,
which is good. But
Yeah.
you're like, okay, I'm not going to settle and
Yeah.
just focus on the positive, like toxic positivity. Because
Yeah.
that's a thing. Like,
Yeah.
where you're like, okay, I'm in the situation. There's, you know, you're working on the exit strategy, but right now you're still in the situation. So you knew, I'm not going to stay here, but in the meantime, let me see what positive thing I can take from it.
Yeah. I mean, even I was actually after, because I reflected and I was like, okay, maybe I wasn't, you know, not that I'm perfect, you know, but I was like, maybe what did I do to, and I was like, oh no, I did everything right, but I did, you know, maybe I could have done this a little bit better, you know, or maybe I missed this, you know, or maybe I could have communicated a little bit better. You know, I did reflect, but ultimately it just wasn't a place for me to stay. And I think that's why I've had, even growing up, I had, you know, jobs, a lot of jobs. And I remember my parents saying like, why are you going to change jobs now? And I'm like, because sometimes you're just not happy where you're at, and that's okay. You're not like going to stay at a job just because you want to stay at a job, just because, yeah, okay, it pays the bills. But there's so many other jobs out there. The world is huge, and there's so many opportunities. Like, why are you going to stick with one job? Okay, you're comfortable. All right, find something else. Find something else. Like, I would toggle between kids, animals, kids, animals, Chipotle, kids, cooking, animals, and I go back to kids. Like, and now I've found my place. I found where I want to stay.
I feel that so much. I actually feel like, because I've seen it, obviously, you know, I get the privilege of knowing you a lot more closely, and I've gotten to see you feel very settled into your career. You're really thriving in it. Like, you're doing, it's like so natural for you. And I feel like you're actually using your skill set, everything we just talked about, the confidence, the standing up for yourself, shooting your shot, seizing the day, figuring it out, but also the perseverance. So just like you were with Maddie, and you persevered, and now here you are. I know that you also, like, that's exactly what leads you to be able to be so effective at your job for a great cause. So talk to us a little bit about that. I love how you're taking all of your skill set, but you are using it for the greater good, and really using it for a community impact. So talk to us about your current job and what you do now.
Yeah. So I'll give you a little bit of background first. So growing up, my mom was a single mom, and until I was probably about 8. And growing up, my mom worked her ass off. I mean, she worked at Head Start, and she was a preschool teacher, and she worked with kids as well. And she would take me on the bus and take me to work, or take me to school, or take me to wherever I needed to go for babysitting or whatever. She'd go to work, she'd pick me up, she'd take me on the bus, and we'd go home every day. And I don't know if back then my mom got the same amount of community help that there is nowadays. Obviously, it was the 90s growing up, because I grew up in the best years, the 90s. But I think from then, you know, getting into this YMCA job, I saw my mom struggle as well sometimes, you know, but she did it. She Carpe Diem, she did it, right? She, and then she met my dad. But I said this in my interview. One thing that stuck out for me the most is I used to work for Monarch School in downtown, and it is a low income, unhoused like kids and families population. So it's a lot. It's a big number. And I was working for After School All Stars. I was after school program again, before and after school. And in between, I think I stayed there because I wanted to, again, teach theater. So I did theater, and I wasn't a theater teacher. I just wanted to do theater with the kids. I'm like, I want to show you my passion, and let's do it. So there was one opportunity. I was also working at Motel 6. That's how like long ago this was. And I was working 2 jobs. I was working Motel 6 on the weekends and Monarch during the week. So 7 days a week I'd be working. It's crazy.
Wow.
I was younger. I could do it back then. I can't do it anymore. And I had an opportunity from the CEO, and she was like, the CEO at the time, she was like, okay, we have a trip to Mammoth Mountain. You get to pick 5 kids. Who's going to go? And one of the supervisors was like, I can't go. I have kids. And I was like, I'm childless. I can go. What do I do? And she was like, hey, we're going to rent you a truck. Pick your 5 kids. And I was like, okay. So we picked 5 kids. We're driving to Mammoth. These kids were very good. I was like hyper focused on every 8 hours of driving.
Oh.
And I was just, and then 5 kids.
You're
kids.
the only driver.
I was the only driver.
Oh my God.
Thankfully, there was other schools that we were kind of following, kind of in a trail.
No, but still.
No, it was a lot. It was a lot. We took breaks, and these kids, I was like, no one's going to talk or misbehave because I'm driving. Your life is in my hands right now. And I saw the mountain, and I saw that cars had chains on them. We stopped at a Walmart, and I was like, we need to buy chains. Like, I don't want to roll back. I was thinking that we're going to fall off the mountain. I was like overthinking.
Yep.
Worst case scenario. I was like, what's going to happen? But we ended up going back up the mountain. We're good. Got to the resort. Next day, the kids are out. We're out snowboarding. We're all skiing. We're all having a great time.
Fun.
For dinner that night, first night we were there, or second night we were there, CEO comes out and starts talking to all the schools. There was like maybe 4 schools that went, including us. And she was like, okay. She's like, welcome to Mammoth. I'm so happy everyone could come. Who's excited? And all the kids were cheering. And she's like, what's your favorite thing about being here at Mammoth Mountain in the snow? And, you know, you could see it's probably like Point Loma School. Like, oh, we get to play in the snow for like the 10th time. And I was like,
We get to ski.
yeah,
Snowboard.
you know, I have a house in the resort in the Hamptons. I get to do this every summer. And I'm just like, ugh, oh my gosh, okay, I get it. You're rich. Good for you. And then I got to our school and our kids. And I'll never forget this. This is where I like wanted to continue working with kids, is my kids were like, we get a bed to sleep in.
Oh my gosh.
And we get food all day. And everyone was quiet. And I don't think anyone realized, and I was so young at the time,
Oh my gosh.
for me to even realize, like, oh my God, like some of these kids live in their cars.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, this. So after that, like my Motel 6 job, they had told me, like, if you go to this trip, we're gonna fire you because we need you. And I was like, fire me, because I'm not gonna let these kids not go to this opportunity. So we went. We had a great weekend. Kids were very grateful. And after that, like, that's when I was like, it's my calling. I got to work with families. I got to do what I can to help kids. And, you know, it's not going to be easy. You know, I don't have the answers for everything, even now in my current job. Like, so what I do is, I'm a community school coordinator. So what I do is, for my current job, I bring resources from the community, wherever school, you know, you're at. And I happen to be here in San Diego. It's a low income school, kind of a lower income community, but still, like, there's so many things around the community.
Mm-hmm.
And I bring those resources and I bring them to our kids, to our parents, to our staff. So we've just had such a great year last year. We were given sports for the whole year for free from Volo. So shout out to Volo. In their grant, they gave us 3 seasons of 6 weeks of sports for our kids. And fortunately, I had worked with Volo before, and they followed me to my new school. So it was awesome that I got to work with them. Something that could cost $40,000, it was for free, and we get it again next year. But just relationship building is what we do. We get family health centers. Walmart, it's been a big, big blessing for us too. Like, they've been giving and giving and giving, and so many times this year. And Lowe's is another big part, like, and giving and redoing our staff lounge and okay, what can we do? We were even talking about like grass at one point because we have no grass at our school, unfortunately, because we are the blacktop is built on top of a trash burning site. So the district doesn't want to build in yet until modernization comes until it's safe.
Okay.
So we can't get grass yet, but Target's been another thing, and I've just had a great team. That is the most solid part of my job is you have to have a great team with you. It's not just me. It is our team. It is a collaboration of people. It is my principal. It is my psych coach. It is the teachers. It is the parents. It is the community partners. You know, it's literally like just a circle that you're all kumbayaing because you have to have a good relationship with these people to do good work. You have to. And I was very, very lucky to get such an incredible school this year. And I love everyone there. And it's just been great. The community, even now during summer, I'm trying to redo the community school room. And we have a pantry and a closet now. Feeding San Diego is giving us food. And
Amazing.
it's sometimes I get no's. You know, I get no, we can't help this time. Okay. Well, the amount of times that pizza place is just give pizzas to our kids. And Starbucks is another big vendor that like gives us coffees for our families when we have family Fridays and need some coffee to wake up in the morning. Like it's just a community's really come together, and I've built just those relationships as well as like first relationships already there from the teachers, again, from the principal, from other people. Like it's not just me. It is just a collaborative team. And I'm just so grateful to be in a position like this. And I'm not afraid to go ask for something. I'm not. I've been on Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp for the whole summer so far. And the community has come together and they've already donated stuff for our pantry, more storage and metal cabinets and whatever it is. And even my office is more cozy and comfy now for families to come in and have meetings with me. And not one penny was spent. Like it's a community just like, oh, you work at this school? I used to go there. Here, you can have my stuff for free. Like, go for it. And I've gotten people that are like, no, sorry, we can't donate at this time, but like, good luck. And like, no problem. Next. Thank you. Next. Like, Ariana Grande.
Thank you. Next.
Next.
Oh, Ashley,
It's
I
a
love
beautiful
this so
story. I love
much.
that story so much. And I tell it to my partners as well.
Yeah.
When I meet with them, like they're, I met with Lowe's and I applied for a big grant recently, and they're like, tell us about like why you want to do this. And I'm like, let me tell you
my why
story.
Yeah, that's
like,
a great why.
That's a big story.
I really love that you're showing what community actually looks like. And I think community is a big buzzword. And frankly, even I aspire to create a community from There She Goes. I wouldn't say that it is a community right now. It takes time. You said it takes everybody like pitching in together. Community is, again, it is a buzzword that I hear a lot. But what a community really looks like is what you just said. It's like people actually coming together for a shared purpose and kumbaya, hold hands. Like we're doing this together. I'm going to bring my skill set. Like, okay, the vendor's going to bring their, in-kind donations, or they're going to bring the food, or, the teachers are going to give all these resources. You're out here pitching to, these different, local, vendors or other brands, the kids. It really is like, it's like a complex system, right? And I think that's really cool because you're showing the true meaning of community. And you just have this like huge heart. I just love that. Look at all of your life experience and how it led to where you are now. And I love that you get to use that skill set of like, you're like, I'm not afraid of rejection. Like that's huge, by the way. That's not common. A lot of people.
It's a skill it took. I had to like, accept it, but
but like that's what's really cool because you don't let it stop you. You're literally like, thank you, next. Like not a lot of people have that mindset. So thanks to that, you're doing amazing things. You're not letting a few no's or maybe many no's from the community stop you, because you're going to get yeses, and you're going to get powerful yeses. And those powerful yeses, you have a powerful why, because that yes is going to give food for these kids, or it's going to give, I don't know, sports and like healthy outlets for them to be part of.
Opportunities.
And so the value of like, I'll take the no's because the yeses are so important.
One more quick thing. When I do get no's, I look at them and I'm like, it's for the children. I've used that before.
It's for the children.
Like, little children, like tiny little. Maybe the fifth graders are like right here, but like the children, and they're like, yeah, like okay, we can work something out, you know. Like there's sometimes there's those partners, but the community that I'm at now, like it's pretty good. I mean, even to the grocery stores down the street that are mom and pop grocery stores and can't give so much, they're like, we can help with what we can, you know. So yeah, it's a great. I have a great life. I can't complain. I love my life. So
I love you. We all love you. Like everybody literally in your school loves you. You have so many friends. Like actually you are one of those people that like, they're not just like, oh, you have a bunch of friends as in like, you know, a few friends or just like acquaintances. Like they're real friends like that you've like collected over the years and you keep bringing with you and you keep bringing with you and it keeps growing. And
I mean, I've gotten rid of some bad eggs, you know, it is what it is as you grow up, you know, you don't stay with friends forever and it sucks, but you know, I really love and appreciate my friends too. And it's cool because Maddie and I have even made friends, like couple friends, are like ourselves, like as a couple, we've made couple friends and it's awesome having that too. But I've had like even my college friends, I still have some college friends. And I think high school is where I don't really have much of my high school friends, but I do have my college friends. And even work friends from past work, from past jobs, like I still keep in contact with. So
I love that.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a big wedding. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
We'll see. So much, Ashley. I mean, obviously, I just mentioned everybody loves you, and I'm sure that people watching this are now going to want to be friends with you because who wouldn't? So where can people connect with you?
Yeah, if you guys want to help our school, I didn't name it, but I know SC Hour, you can contact me. We can name it for you. If you email me, my Instagram, you can message me. We'd love the support from all the community, from everyone, even on the podcast. I would love to even connect with anybody there who anything. We'd love to partner with you and just let us know if you'd want to be a part of community schools. It'd be awesome.
Thank you so much. No, that's part of what I'm really excited about. It's huge for me to be able to support the community in donations and whatever that means. You know, that's just a really big thing for me and where I would love to take There She Goes as well. So we'll figure something out. But I was telling Ashley that I would love to do some sort of like a match to like your donations or figure something out up to a certain amount. So yeah, please get in touch. Either contact me or contact Ashley. All of her info will be in the show notes. And before we wrap it up, do you have one last key takeaway that you want listeners to, you know, take from the episode?
Just don't be afraid to get what you want. Like you can try, and if it doesn't work out, just keep going, keep moving on. It's going to be fine, but don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to just go for it.
Carpe Diem.
Carpe Diem.
Thank you so much, Ashley.
Thank you. Stand
by.
Well, I don't think we've ever gotten that deep before.
No, I'm finding things out. I thought you were gonna cry. I almost cried.
But I was like, no, I can't cry.
See how you don't know where these things. That's why I'm like, don't even try to prepare.